Building up to game number 45 in the IPL, it's Rajasthan Royals that are hosting the Hyderabad Sunrisers. It's going to be an interesting game because on the points table, Rajasthan at the number 7 spot, Hyderabad are number 4. It's also a do and die game for both teams because remember, if Hyderabad were to lose this encounter, then they'll find it very, very tough to qualify for the playoffs because then it'll depend on the other teams. With me, Shaun, Tait and Ajit Agarkar. Before I get talking to them, here's a quick look at how the two teams have played over the years. Over the years, if you see a record of the two teams, it's quite split there evenly, 4 to Rajasthan, 6 to Hyderabad. But it's since 2018 that you've seen Hyderabad really hold the edge over Rajasthan, winning those 3 encounters. Okay, we'll take a look at what are the key issues also to address for both teams. We'll get either of you to pick one team. I'll start with you, Shaun, and tell us something that Rajasthan really need to address going into this game.
Well, I think now, look, they've got no Josh Buttler. Ben Stokes is heading off. Not that he was giving a great deal anyway.
Archer might
at the
not
time.
be there.
Jofra Archer, I think, is not there as well. So all of a sudden, you know, especially Buttler, which he wasn't playing out, but take Archer out of that team as well. So they're just going to fill their spots, which is ever the best way to do that is. So look, they've been playing better cricket of late than what they certainly were for most of the IPL. So that's a good sign. But yeah, just again, they obviously had to change their team a lot. They changed the team a lot last game, now they're going to change it again. So, just their depth.
Talking about the key issues for Hyderabad, I can think of the same thing as Shaun is talking about, English players going for the World Cup.
Yeah, Bairstow, I think possibly their best player. I mean, Warner's had a massive season and we're still calling Bairstow their best player this season. That's how well he's played. Fortunately for them, I think that's the one team with squad depth. I mean, even if a player's missing, they find it reasonably easy to replace him with the same sort of quality. Maybe not as good a form, but Williamson's a world-class player. I mean, we saw him last year. He was their highest scorer, opened the innings, carried a lot of their batting. So I don't think it'll be a big problem for them, especially with Warner's form as well. You know, so they and plus he leads them well. You know, makes a big difference. Takes the load off Bhuvi as well. Seam bowling is a little bit of a issue for them. Maybe Sandeep Sharma's been a bit off. They could look at a couple other guys, but still a formidable outfit. You know, they've got lots of bases covered.
Right, you mentioned that the area of concern for Rajasthan is to fill those spots. So we thought we'll give you the responsibility of filling those spots of players that have gone out. Tell us what is it that you'd like to see in the playing 11. I see you've got Livingstone in.
Yeah, I'll just put that there so we can have a bit of a chat about it. But
I could have still had chat had you even put Ashton Turner.
Exactly. So you just sit there. It's got to be probably one of them, doesn't it? I mean, it's not as if any of the local Indian players standing out that you could put in instead and then leave a overseas player out. These guys are good players still. The only reason I said Livingstone was purely because he had one chance in Mumbai, got out second, third ball, whatever it might have been, or first ball, and that was it. So Turner's had 3 goes, so just give Livingstone a go. That's the only reason. And Sodhi just comes in place of Archer.
Okay, not that tough for you to fill spots because you just have to fill, I'm guessing, just one. Essentially, you could, of course, go for more. So this is the playing 11 for Hyderabad. Bairstow, what have you done?
Yeah, basically, I mean, because Bairstow's gone, you'll have to find a keeper. I think Saha's quite an experienced guy, great wicket keeper. Kane Williamson obviously slots in straight as captain and opens. They're you know, with Manish Pandey's that innings, they've obviously got a bit more form through that middle order. They need a bit more now again. Shankar started well, seems to have dropped off a little bit. They need a bit more from him and Huda. And Siddharth Kaul I've gone for in place of Sandeep Sharma, who's looked a little bit off. I mean, conceding a few too many runs. Siddharth Kaul's had a bit of a break as well. Might be a bit fresher. Can bowl at the end of the innings. So, like I said before, you know, they've got enough players to replace if somebody's out of form or have left their team.
Okay, we're looking at players to watch out for. We've told Ajit to pick one from the Hyderabad team. He's gone ahead and picked the captain in Kane Williamson. Now remember, if you were to take a look at Kane Williamson's record, if you see from 2018 onwards, the record looks very, very impressive. But you've still gone with him despite him not being in the best of form in this season.
Hasn't batted much really. I mean, if you look at his, he's had to sit out because of Bairstow's form and Warner's form, and then Rashid Khan you can never leave out. So that's 3 overseas guys done, and they've played Nabi at times because of the conditions, who's done really well. So unfortunately he hasn't had a lot of cricket, but there's no doubting his class and quality. So I think his leadership as well stands out when he's around, just making decisions on the field about team selections or bowling changes. Is a lot more, experienced and switched on than maybe a Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is. So, I expect him to come back into form, and they need him to, because they are in a tricky spot at this point. They need to win a few games.
Yep. Otherwise, it'll all depend on other teams, their qualification for the playoffs. If they were to lose, okay, Shaun Tait had to pick a player to watch out for from Rajasthan, and he's gone with the young 17-year-old Riyan Parag. It says a lot that in just 3 matches of the IPL, he's become a player to watch out for.
Yeah, I think I just chose him because of the form he's in.
Yeah.
Last game, a lot of people were talking about him, ex-players, all this stuff. Everyone's pretty impressed. You see on social media and stuff. So, and he's looking really confident. So hopefully he can continue it on for the rest of the tournament, and then look forward to watching the rest of his career.
All right. Another thing that he really brings to the table is that his bowling as well. Not just getting those runs for Rajasthan at the death, but also his bowling has been doing the work for them. Quick prediction. You could just pick that one word. Ajit, you want to start?
Prediction, Hyderabad's the better team. So I can't go against them, even though Rajasthan have won a couple of games. So Hyderabad for me.
Hyderabad for Ajit.
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad says an ex-Rajasthan Royals player. That's all that we have for you on this edition of ESPNcricinfo Matchday. We are building up to game number 45.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.